Petrov's defense, classical, Nimzowitsch attack. Balanced, neither player ever had an advantage. That game was pretty competitive. White played the opening well, but black was on another level. That was an incredible middle game by both players. Sharp games are frequently the result of starting with the king's pawn, since it dominates the center and frees up the bishop and queen on the light squares. A typical answer is e5, which builds a position in the middle, controls d4, and frees up the queen and bishop on the dark square. The move nf3 advances the knight toward the center, engages the e5 piece in combat, and sets up a castle. Petrov's defense immediately attacks white's unprotected e4 pawn, while ignoring black's unprotected e5 pawn. It is excellent. Nx e5 places the knight in the center, where it has influence over many crucial squares, and takes the undefended e5 pawn. It is ideal. d6 attacks the knight on e5 and allows the light-squared bishop to develop. It is best. nf3 returns the attacked knight back to the f3 square, where it supports the d4 square and fights for the e5 square. It is best. Nx e4 captures the e4 pawn and places the knight in the center of the board, where it controls many important squares. It is best. nc3 develops the knight toward the center, attacks the knight on e4 and controls the d5 square. It is good. Forcing the opponent to double their pawns helps create weaknesses. Recaptures. By growing a bishop from its initial square, this activates it. By growing a bishop from its initial square, this activates it. This develops a knight from its starting square, activating it. It is the final book action. By doing this, a bishop moves out of its beginning square and into the action. That's good. This shifts the bishop to a square with more activity, giving it greater scope. That's good. Castling gets the king to a safer square, out of the center of the board, while also developing a rook. Castling kingside tends to be safer because the king is further from the center. This threatens to take an open file with the rook. It is best. Castling develops a rook while moving the king to a safer position beyond the board's center. Castling to the same side of the board as your adversary helps you escape some of the attacking that comes with castling to the other side. It is ideal. The rook is now on an open file, which helps control squares across the board. It is quite good. By growing a bishop from its initial square, this activates it. It is quite good. Now that the rooks can see one another, they can defend one another. That's good. The rooks are linked by this, making it easier for them to work together in the future. That's good. While not a mistake, that is also not the wisest course of action. That's good. This puts the opposing rook in a position to lose control of the open file. It is quite good. This doubles the rooks onto a single file, which allows them to team up to create threats. It is best. Balanced, neither player ever had an advantage. That game was pretty competitive. White played the opening well, but black was on another level. That was an incredible middle game by both players. This is an equal trade. It is best. Balanced, neither player ever had an advantage. That game was pretty competitive. White played the opening well, but black was on another level. That was an incredible middle game by both players.